This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com.
What's up, world? This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com. Here go my full Raw recap from January 11, 2016. They did this one in my hometown, New Orleans, Louisiana, at the Smoothie King Center. The normal suspects, JBL, Michael Cole, Byron Saxons, all your commentators. They start off with a Raw recap of how Roman Reigns end up having to fight everybody in the Royal Rumble to defend his title. And you start off the show with all the superstars at the entrance ramp. Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon come through all of them, and they're happy and all that type of good stuff. And they start talking noise about, hey, Roman Reigns, hey, this is what he gonna have to face, yada yada yada. Roman Reigns come down, he interrupts them talking, and was like, hey, you know what? I don't even care. Let's just do whatever you got to do. I'm all about that. Vince McMahon was like, you know what? Pretty much any of these guys could actually end up fighting you. Matter of fact, we're gonna have a one versus all match tonight. Pretty much any of you guys can end up fighting you tonight, except one, Dean Ambrose. He has to fight right now. And then Sheamus hits him from behind. Boom. Knock him down. So your first match is going to be Dean Ambrose versus Sheamus. Dean Ambrose really never recovered from getting knocked down, that sneak attack knocked down by Sheamus, but he eventually did fight back. These fools just wouldn't stay in the ring, so they just kept fighting outside the ring. Dean Ambrose and Sheamus ended up getting, both ended up getting counted out. So double count out, no winner on that one. Match was about a 3 out of 5. They actually fought for a long time. Kevin Owens ended up just coming out of nowhere and attacking Dean Ambrose, kind of payback from what Dean Ambrose did to him last week. So they cut away to Renee and the medical staff outside of, Renee standing outside the door of the medical staff, and Dean Ambrose, busts out the door, and he's like, come on, Dean, come back. Then she interviewed him, and Dean Ambrose would say, look, you want a medical diagnosis? You feel my pulse? Well, I'm still alive, so he messed up. Dean Ambrose is alive, so Kevin Owens messed up. That's bad news for Kevin Owens. It was along those lines. So then the next cutaway was Vince McMahon and Stephanie walking in the back, and they ran across Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman said, look, I noticed that you said that even Brock Lesnar could be in the Royal Rumble. That's not how that's going to work. Brock Lesnar is a prize fighter, so what's going to happen is that you're going to actually have Brock Lesnar fight whoever wins the Royal Rumble at WrestleMania. Vince McMahon was like, you know what? I don't like that. And you're starting to irritate me. So Steph was like, hey, let's chill. Let's go in the back. We'll discuss this in private. Next match, Stardust versus Titus O'Neil. They did not do a good job of actually building this up. It was more of a Titus O'Neil kept interrupting Stardust and becoming an irritant. There wasn't really no need to fight. Kind of like Goldust with Booker T. They ended up being tag team partners. I don't even understand why every week they're doing this match. But this was a quick victory for Titus O'Neil. I mean, the match was about a 2 out of 5. It barely got the crowd into the match at all. This is just another example of poor writing by the WWE writers. So the next segment was actually Y2J in the highlight reel that came back, and he pretty much was, they did a recap of Y2J interrupting the New Day while they were talking, and the introduction of them calling the Rudy Tooty Booty. And then Y2J said that he was there to save the WWE, and it's going to start by him winning the title at the Royal Rumble. And of course, the New Day came out and interrupted him and said that, a lot of his stuff was, shameful. They kept saying shame. And, Y2J, pretty much say, hey, what y'all upset about me saying that y'all Rudy Tooty Booty? Or is it because y'all are My Little Pony jabronis? So, of course, crowd laughed about that and all that type of stuff. Y2J still got good mic skills. You can't deny that. The old school wrestlers, they way better than these new school guys. You got John Cena doing juvenile jokes. He throwing some joke about a guy being, homosexual or, having breasts or something like that. Just very juvenile. stuff when he does his mic thing, where you have Y2J that actually comes up with catchphrases on a whim, just like The Rock, just like Stone Cold with the what, just these are things that can actually last. It's not, just really juvenile stuff. So Y2J still have it. Um, they actually ended up saying, "Hey, let's go ahead." The New Day was like, "Look, you need to respect us more because we're the real Slammy Award winning tag team, you know, uh, tag team of the year," which they should be right. You're giving it to the Usos. They were injured the majority of the year. The New Day kind of would. Hell, they held up the WWE for the most part. They were the most entertaining thing for all of 2015. Whoever voted for the Usos as a tag team of the year, y'all are idiots. Yeah, plain and simple. That just doesn't even make sense. But that's neither here nor there. The Usos come out and say, "Hey, hold up. If y'all the tag team of the year, why do we have the Slammers?" They say, "Hey, let's wrestle right now." So Y2J say, "Look, I'll be in y'all corner. Xavier Woods, you stand in their corner, and let's have a match." So it's like, okay, cool, whatever, whatever. So they start off the match. Um, it was back and forth action. The New Day actually were pretty game for the majority of the match, and of course, they're a lot better at taunting and interfering in the matches. Just getting up on the apron at the right time, things of that nature. So it was a pretty decent match, a 3 out of 5. But when it's all said and done, the Usos pulled one off by getting the scoop pin. So, I mean, it was what it is. The Usos won that one. And Y2J actually destroyed the trombone. That was horrible. You don't just destroy no musical instrument like that. I'm from New Orleans. Yeah, then you destroyed it in New Orleans. Come on, man. It's the birthplace of jazz and brass bands and stuff like that. You can't just destroy a trombone. That was horrific. So the next thing they did was a cutaway to John Cena. They gave a John Cena injury update. As much as I don't like John Cena, he's still human, and I, don't want him hurt. But it's good to report that the surgery went well, and he was in rehab the next day, so he should be back soon. Just hope he doesn't win matches. John Cena's horrible. Period. He's horrible. But hey, Godspeed to you on your recovery. Next thing they did was, let's see, Paul Heyman reiterated that the fact that Brock Lesnar wasn't going to fight in the Royal Rumble, and then Stephanie McMahon reiterated that they owned his contract and that he will fight in the Royal Rumble. Otherwise, he'll face getting fired. Okay, well, Paul Heyman said he'll relay the message. Sting was introduced as the first inductee into the 2016 WWE Hall of Fame, which was, I would have to agree with that. Sting was a cornerstone of wrestling overall, and he was the reason why a lot of people watched WCW. And when the NWO actually made wrestling cool again, he was, he helped did elevate that whole storyline by trying to fight the power for the most part. So congrats to Sting on that. Your fourth match was the Wyatt family versus the Social Outcasts. Those guys actually, your Bo Dallases, your you know the one man band and Adam Rose and the other boy that did the good the good Hulk Hogan Axel Axel Rose Curtis Axel, excuse me. I'm going with Guns N' Roses. Curtis Axel, they actually came out and challenged the Wyatt family for a match. Don't understand why anybody would challenge them to a match unless you are the Brothers of Destruction along with Mark Henry and Ryback. That would be a good matchup, you know what I'm saying? But that actually ended up with a DQ win for the Wyatt family. Why? Because Braun Strowman. That's why. Braun Strowman was whipping all the boys, and Ryback came from the back. If you remember, Ryback and Big Show got jumped by the Wyatt family last week. So Ryback came out there and helped clear the ring of them, and it was 5 against 4. But they didn't even really fight back. They just got knocked out the ring and just looked up at Ryback like, really? So then they had a SmackDown recap of Kalisto facing Alberto Del Rio, thanks to the suggestion of John Cena and Alberto Del Rio actually not paying Kalisto much mind and just talking noise to the crowd and John Cena, and actually losing the match, to Kalisto. So Kalisto was interviewed about it, and he said that he loved the U.S. title because it represents, an opportunity for everybody. That's what the U.S. represent, opportunity for everyone. And, that especially by him being Latino, that means a lot more in today's, climate, social climate. So he said he's looking forward to his match. So, of course, your fifth match would be Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto, who earned a title shot because of winning on SmackDown. And Alberto Del Rio pretty much pummeled the dude, but Kalisto kept going with the high flying, high risk maneuvers, and eventually getting some, missing a lot of them. Long story short, Kalisto reversed one of those moves that Del Rio was going to do, one of those power moves, and he did it so quick that Alberto didn't have a chance to actually kick out of the pin maneuver that he put him in. So Kalisto is actually the new U.S. champion. And just for the record, Alberto Del Rio already invoked his rematch clause, so they'll be fighting on SmackDown. So it might be only a couple of day reign for Kalisto. We'll see. Now, if it was up to me, I would actually cheat and get myself disqualified or walk out the thing. Heck, pull a Kevin Owens. Hey, I ain't got to fight. Roll out the ring, keep that belt for a little bit longer. But that's me. So that match was actually about a 3 out of 5, and of course the Wyatt family versus the social outcast. That was about a 2 out of 5. So they actually cut away to a Raw recap of Becky Lynch cheating to beat Charlotte in their match, and Charlotte attacking her from behind, and they interviewed Charlotte and Ric Flair about why they did that, and Charlotte was like, "Look, I'm the victim here. I'm doing whatever it takes to make sure I retain my championship. Y'all making me seem like the bad person, but I'm not the bad person. I'm just trying to do what I have to do." So, what was that? The sixth match would be Brie Bella, who had Alicia Fox with her, versus Charlotte, who had Ric Flair with her. Charlotte was almost done with her routine. She went underneath the ropes and was in a split. Becky Lynch came out of nowhere and attacked her. So that's actually a no contest. The match never even started. So it was a 2 out of 5, or, I can't say a 1 out of 5 because, of course, that plays into the Charlotte versus Becky Lynch rivalry. And Ric Flair said, "Look, my baby girl, not wrestling because she's in no, you allowed her to get attacked. So no, she's not wrestling." So they never started the match. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with the Divas division because you are letting what was they team TLC, PLB, whatever, Page, PCB. I mean, they pretty much ran the Divas Revolution. Why? You have all of that talent over there outside of the Bella Twins. They're horrible. You have all of that talent, and you're allowing that. What happened to Team Bad? Why they don't wrestle at all? Alicia Fox, she's been looking impressive when you actually allow her to wrestle. I mean, what happened to all of the other ladies? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it, but hey, it is what it is. So Becky Lynch and Charlotte are representative of everybody in the Divas division right now. So, like I said, that match was about a 2. They cut away to Paul Heyman pretty much telling Brock Lesnar that he has to wrestle in the Royal Rumble. They interviewed Becky Lynch about why she did what she did, and Becky was like, "Look, Charlotte broke all the rules. We wasn't gonna sell out our friendship for advancing our careers, things like that. But she broke all the rules. Well, I was trying to break her arm. I made the Divas champ tap out. She's supposed to be genetically superior, but I made her tap out, and I'm going to do it again. So, hey, whatever. So then they did a Raw recap of Stephanie McMahon and Paul Heyman's interaction in the back, where she told him that Brock Lesnar was going to get fired. So you come back and you have your 7th match. You got Roman Reigns coming down, and then it's the 1 versus all match. And Vince McMahon came out with about 12, 13, 14 superstars, and they all came to the ring. And he told Kevin Owens that he had to start off the match. Kevin Owens dominated Roman Reigns. Let's go on record and let's say it. Kevin Owens looked great against Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, for the majority of that match, was fighting for survival. He did eventually start turning the table, so other superstars jumped in the ring and got him focused in on fighting him. And then Vince McMahon just got, he was talking about, hey, that's all you got. So Vince McMahon sent everybody in there and they stomped Roman Reigns. And they kept stomping him, bro kicking him, all kind of stuff. Kept stomping him until Brock Lesnar came down to the ring. Brock Lesnar attacks everybody, clear out the ring, bring Roman Reigns to the middle of the ring, picks him up, F5s him, leaves. Match was about a 3 out of 5. At least that's a decent build up towards the Royal Rumble. All in all, this was a pretty decent Raw. Still don't understand why they did some of the things. I still don't understand the Divas division, but all in all, it was a decent Raw. I would have actually preferred for this 1 versus all match, since Dean Ambrose got jumped by Kevin Owens, for him to run out and attack Kevin Owens while they were battling, and you had all of the superstars huddled in one ring post. Why not jump over that ring post and just go into all of them, do the insane stuff that Dean Ambrose done? I'd have liked that writing. And then Roman Reigns somehow getting a pin victory on already attacked Kevin Owens or something like that. And it would have been cool if since Sheamus had to wrestle again, Sheamus got his head bust open with Dean Ambrose in their match. Dean Ambrose kept hitting his head on a steel post. Why not Sheamus attack Dean Ambrose once he jumped on top of everybody? Sheamus is the only person that moved out the way, and then he ended up bro kicking Dean Ambrose, and then Kevin Owens could beat him up after the match. I'd have preferred for it to go something like that, but hey, I'm not a WWE writer, but I think that'd have been cooler. As always, I'm Playtime Cares on everything. Follow me on everything, Playtime Care. If you think I need to join something, send me a message. I'll join that. God dog, why not? Keep giving me the critiques, whether it's thumbs up, thumb down, keep commenting. Hey, I take it all because, hey, you're taking the time to watch it, and I appreciate it. Playtime's out.